Hey, welcome to Jake's Film Takes. Today we're going to be recapping a little bit from last week's penultimate episode of Mandalorian Season 3 and looking at what could possibly happen, some different wild theories and predictions for the finale of Mandalorian Season 3 coming up this week. So, last week, unfortunately, Paz Vizsla, as boss as it was, he ended up dying after taking out an entire battalion of Beskar armored super commandos of the Imperials. And then the Praetorian Guards were the ones who ended up actually taking him down. What a valiant and honorable way to go out, especially for his character. So I actually really liked that, and all around, I loved last week's episode. But it revealed quite a few different things. The most significant being Moff Gideon's plan. And before we get into that, he apparently upgraded the Dark Trooper armor to be further perfected with Beskar, and his helmet actually has horns on it, which really makes me concerned about the armor. I already was concerned about her earlier on in the season and kind of in the last season, even though she never did anything legitimately suspicious. But now, with the different music, the camera angles, whenever it's showing her, and the fact that she conveniently got away from the situation, this whole trap that was placed. Obviously, there's a few other Mandalorians that seem, at least one, if not a few, that seem to be in on what's going on, and she's definitely suspect number one. But it's interesting because it might be telling that since she has horns on her helmet and so does Moff Gideon, that they might even have connections to the Mandalorians. They might have connections from the past together. Maybe they knew each other. Again, there's been some theories that she's actually Rook Cast from Clone Wars and Rebels, one of the followers of MAUL. But I don't know. It's very possible. It's becoming more and more possible every episode. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with all of that. There's been a few theories going around, not necessarily unsubstantiated, that Din Djarin could possibly die this season. I gotta say, I don't necessarily buy this, especially since Jon Favreau's confirmed that he's already written season 4, and it'd be really hard to just switch to another character like Bo Katan or Grogu to carry on the legacy of the show Mandalorian. I understand there's been possibly some drama behind the scenes. It has affected how some things have happened story wise with different shows between Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, but I don't think that he's going to die. And I know that also the one of the actors who plays the Mandalorian had put something out that made it seem like there's something tragic that's going to happen. And that might be very true, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be Din Djarin dying. I think that's more so the narrative that's going around that encourages that idea. That could mean a lot of different things, especially with how wild this season has been so far, with particularly the last episode, what was revealed. But yeah, it could even be Bo Katan who dies. Maybe the tragedy is that the armorer betrays Din Djarin. I mean, there's multiple different angles that could take. But what do you guys think? Go ahead and comment your theories down below. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was Moff Gideon's wild plan. So he has now proven himself to be more than just, in my opinion, what was kind of a middle management bad guy, to now a far more sinister character, which I really appreciate. Not that it's a good thing, but for the story, I definitely appreciate it. But he is now shaping up to be someone who's willing to go against Thrawn, work behind the backs of his Imperial Shadow Council to mess around with cloning. And he's trying to create a super army. It's pretty wild. And he said that he's trying to take the best from multiple different cultures or groups of people. So the cloners and cloning, the Jedi, and the Mandalorians. And of course, his Beskar armored suit is I assume the main thing that he's taking from the Mandalorians. But something kind of wild that I wanted to share is, think about this. What if he's trying to take more than just Beskar armor? What if he sees Din Djarin as a suitable candidate for these clones? And in fact, this isn't so crazy because if Moff Gideon's been on Mandalore, what if that robot that took Din Djarin's blood was actually working for Moff Gideon? How wild would that be? I know that's pretty out there, but I don't know. That'd be pretty bold. So maybe these crazy super cloned soldiers are going to actually be Din Djarin's. That'd be wild. At least Pedro Pascal would get enough FaceTime at that point. So that wouldn't be an issue anymore. What do you guys think? But the other theory I had here was, if Moff Gideon is connected with the Mandalorians, and perhaps again the armorer is too, then maybe he somehow has Darth Maul's DNA. What if those clones are of Darth Maul? Can you imagine a bunch of force sensitive, long living clones of Darth Maul with Beskar armor? That'd be crazy. You definitely need some Luke and Ahsoka like characters to come in and help with that. So that'd be pretty wild. But what if he's just helping to clone Palpatine with Project Necromancer? Or maybe even some other Sith. I mean, I know that it'd be a far stretch to connect anything with Plagueis at this point, but that'd be cool, especially considering with the Acolyte coming up, they might have a good opportunity here to start introducing Plagueis. But, it's more likely just Gideon's clone of himself, or clones of himself, or something like that. But I think it's going to be a little more interesting, for sure. It could be Snoke's, like the first versions of Snoke. I don't know. What do you guys think? And of course, we still haven't seen Boba Fett yet. If he's going to show up, then it better be in the finale. And I think it definitely would make sense that he could show up. I mean, Bo-Katan could call out to him for reinforcements. Maybe he could show up. Oh, please, I hope he doesn't show up with his biker gang. That would be really lame. Hopefully he just shows up with himself, being totally cool, kicking everyone's butt. And of course, we've got the Mythosaur reveal. The Mythosaur being ridden and tamed. Possibly Grogu will help Bo-Katan tame it, and she'll ride it. I don't know. I'd be shocked if they don't pay that off in this finale. But I think that the finale is only going to be about 38 minutes. So we'll see. I wish it was like an hour. I mean, I've loved a lot of the story beats. Some have been a little lackluster this season, but it's been really interesting. So I'd love for them to make up some ground that they need to cover, I feel, to really delve deeper into this part of the story that they've been building up to. But we'll see what happens. So yeah, what do you guys think is going to happen in this finale? Did you like last episode? I know a lot of people have. Are you really excited for this finale? Are you hopeful for Din's survival against some of these rumors that are going on? Do you think that Gideon is cloning himself? Do you think he's cloning another Force user? Grogu's blood maybe had some issues, like we heard about in Mando Season 2. Maybe there's a different donor that these clones are from. Maybe they're using Grogu's blood so they live longer, these clones. I don't know, but whatever you think, go ahead and leave your theories down in the comments below, and like and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys later.